What's up, everyone? It's Roger and Abe here from the DisKingdom podcast, and in this episode, we're going to be talking about Disney After Dark and what that means for guests as well. So, Abe, I know you haven't really heard too much about this, but I kind of want to sort of share the initial thoughts on this with you and kind of go through what exactly Disney After Dark is.
Sounds good.
Okay, so Disney After Dark is going to be taking place in April and May, and it's basically a special event which gives guests special hours after they close. So you basically get an extra 3 hours after the park closes for a limited number of guests. Also included in the price of the tickets, you get ice cream novelties. You also get selected bottled beverages. Taking place from April 28th and May the 5th from 10 p.m. to 1 a.m. and on April 24th, 21st and May 8th, 12th and 19th from 11 p.m. till 2 a.m. It is priced at $149 plus tax. And also, you can get into the parks from 7 o'clock in the evening. So, for example, if you got in at 7, you could leave at like 1 or 2 o'clock, whichever time the closing time is. Now, these are limited. And so basically, kind of, there's quite a bit of an uproar kind of about this because generally, I think a lot of people think of this as like extra magic hours, which they get when they stay on site. Now, I can't really see what kind of benefit this really adds and for who. Because if I was a guest going there as for example, as a British person going there for a week or two on vacation, I'm more than likely going to have the 7 or 14-day pass. So therefore, I'm not going to pay to go into that in the evening when I've already paid hundreds of dollars for my big ticket just to go in for an extra 3 hours for $150. Not really worth it. If you're an annual pass holder, you've got access all year round. Why would you go and do it in the evening? And then you're a day tripper. So that's the only thing I can think of, really, is if you're a day tripper and you maybe want to go in and you're only going to go in the evening and maybe you want some special thing because it's really quiet and you want to do all the attractions. But I'm just a bit like, well, who is this aimed at? Do you know what I mean?
I honestly think it sort of makes sense a little bit more so to a tourist than anything. And the only reason why I say that is if you go to a park that's extremely, extremely busy, you would want to be able to have access to the park at least for 3 hours where you don't have to wait in too many lines. And you are able to do a lot of rides in those 3 hours than you would be able to do when it's open to the entire public. So I can see that advantage.
Yeah.
But other than that, yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah, but the price just seems kind of sort of expensive compared to just like a single day ticket, where you could go in at 8, 9 o'clock in the morning and you can stay there till 10, 11 o'clock at night for less than go into this thing from 7 till 1. I know it's exclusive in the terms of, so you should be able to do some more attractions and stuff, but it just seems the pricing doesn't really kind of match up. Because I know when I've done the Mickey's Halloween party, it kind of runs in a similar thing to this. Of you could buy your ticket, you could get in from 7 o'clock in the evening. We'd have a special parade, you'd have a special fireworks, you'd have trick or treating, and you would, even though we had like a week's ticket to go to the park all week, paying for the extra for the evening made sense because we were getting something different. We were getting something you couldn't see on a regular ticket. So it was a special. And then I'm looking at it, well, it feels like it's like the Halloween party and the Christmas party without all the special effects and all the free ice cream and a bottle of drink really doesn't equate to, it's like, you're barely going to get 5 snacks. And if you go, you want to make sure you get those snacks to get your money's worth. But I was just like, and then also there've been reports of them maybe even doing the same thing with early morning. It's like, they're literally like, there's like sort of nickeling and diming people to try and get in as much money out of people's pockets to go there as possible. Because if you're and say you've gone in there for the morning, you're not going to buy. The idea of buying that ticket to have the extra 3 hours because you're going to be there. Those people aren't going to do it. It just feels a very odd little thing to me. I can't, like you say, if you're a tourist and you want to use it, and maybe you're only there on business and you want to go in the evening. And you want to get the full experience, that could work if it's a business maybe, and you've been at work all day, but you're going to be exhausted if you're there till 2 o'clock in the morning. And a little bit perspective who it's actually aimed at.
Yeah, no, it's kind of interesting. The price point is kind of off, but everything else, yeah, it seems interesting. So
It's like, because I know they've done, they did things in the past where they've tried doing like opening all night and doing the 24-hour parties. They didn't do it this year for the 29th of February. Now, I know over in Disneyland, do you think this would work over there if they brought it over there?
Maybe. It depends. I mean, the ticket prices are already expensive as it is. I mean, I don't know. It's possible, but yeah, I don't know. It just I can't explain it.
Yeah, it's a bit of an odd one because I think in terms of pricing, it's sort of so far out there. It does seem a little bit like
It's a bit off.
What can it? Who's going to get? Yeah, I mean, I'd love to know in the comments below. Let us know. Would you buy this ticket? Was this something that you would do? Who do you think it's aimed at? Because I know if I'm going to Disney World, I wouldn't do it because it wouldn't make any financial sense to me because I'd already be at the area and I've already have a 40. It just wouldn't make any sense. And like I said, annual pass holders can get in all year round. So if you were like, well, I don't get on Splash Mountain this time, you're like, well, I need to pay $150 so I can do it twice tonight.
Yeah.
Don't know if you want a 2 free park hopper ticket, unless you literally just wanted to have as much time in that park to do, like right. But then you're paying twice. You're paying like $200-300 to stay in from morning till dusk. That's an expensive day. I can't see anyone doing that either.
Yeah.
But no, it's definitely an interesting thing. I mean, I can see and also, I mean, from my point of view as well, you'd be thinking if you're only going to go in the evening, you generally would think that the ticket price would be less because you haven't had all day. Now, if you go on in at 9 o'clock in the morning, you pay one price, and if you go in after 4 or 5 o'clock in the evening, you might pay a different price because you've already lost most of the day. Not to be paying nearly more than the full day price to go in after. So I don't know. I mean, I know they said like there's limited, but a bottle of drink and an ice cream lolly is not, because it's not saying you can have a drink or an ice cream anywhere. It's from the carts. So all you're going to get is a bottle of water and a bottle a bottle of Coke and probably a Mickey Mouse bar.
You're not even getting a churro? No, forget it.
It's definitely a bit interesting on what would happen on that one there. But I'd love to know your thoughts on this. Comment below and get in touch with us. You can also check us out on DisKingdom.com and all the different social medias like you kind of got Facebook, Twitter, and all the other bits and pieces. You've also got our Disney Kingdom Lounge as well, Facebook group. And as per usual, you can always check us out at our Patreon as well, /DisKingdom, where patrons get access to these a little bit earlier. And also a big thank you to Ethan over at sorterapps.com and Magic Band Collectors for being this month's sponsor. Well, anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching. Be sure to hit that subscribe button, and we shall see you guys in a later video. Laters.
Bye.